A dash here, a sprinkle there. Regardless of the technique, we've all done it. Added salt to our food. But to put into context just how much sodium is in our everyday food, we hit the grocery store with Bellin Health dietitian Lee Hyrkas toward the soup aisle, where we found what many of us probably have in our pantries, a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
So this can, it's actually telling you that there's 2.5 servings per this small can.
Okay.
So per serving, there's 790 milligrams per serving. So
wow.
If you ate that entire can, you'd be close to your total daily sodium intake from one small can of soup.
Wow.
Strolling down aisles with the expert, we were surprised to be shown other items also containing high levels of sodium, like bread, juice, cereal, and even the sweet stuff, because
generally, again, to balance out the sweetness in these foods, they have to add some salt.
From processed food on grocery store shelves to fast food meals, the voluntary guidelines the Food and Drug Administration issued ask for food manufacturers and restaurants to go easy on the salt.
As Americans, we do take in too much sodium, so I think it is a good step in the right direction.
I think it's great. I think it's probably been a long time coming.
A typical meal at McDonald's contains more than half the sodium the FDA is recommending people have in a day.
The agency wants to cut sodium intake to an average of 3,000 milligrams per day, compared with 3,400 milligrams. But some experts say that's still not enough to slash rates of heart disease, the country's #1 killer.
That's still above what is generally recommended for the limit, which would be about 2,300 milligrams.
Fortunately, there is some good news for salt lovers. With almost all food items, there's usually a lower sodium brother or sister substitute for it.
The basics again.
No, come on.
From the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach to the railroads and highways across the country, President Joe Biden's announcement of 2 California ports operating on a 24/7 clock will mean logistic companies will have to get busy.
Additionally, FedEx and UPS, 2 of our nation's biggest freight movers, are committing today to significantly increase the amount of goods they're moving at night.
But not only national logistic companies will have to commit to move quicker. Regional logistic company U.S. Special Delivery says the change will also impact them. The company transports a variety of goods from chemicals to peanuts.
Well, these containers, especially they come in from China, they go all over the United States. You have to have carriers and railroad move them to the destination, and you're going to have a truck at the end of that destination to be able to bring it to the final destination.
While U.S. Special Delivery says getting products off the freights as quickly as possible is a good move, it's only one step of the process to get products restocked on shelves.
It's going to help to have that freight available, but without a driver to move this freight, I don't think by Christmas we're going to see a major change.
Dennis Rochon with U.S. Special Delivery says the change will amplify the job shortage the nation is already facing. Rochon says logistic companies and truck drivers have not been immune to the problem.
You have X amount of drivers available right now. And basically, it's been a war between companies. We give drivers a raise, and somebody else comes in and gives a bigger raise, and we kind of steal drivers from each other. It's been like that all summer.
Rochon says U.S. Special Delivery has increased pay by 35% for drivers.
If you ask people in the Fox Valley what they think of the IRS proposal,
to me it would be invasion of privacy.
You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone
I don't agree with it.
who is all for it.
Not in favor of it, of course.
The plan the U.S. Treasury Department proposed last May means banks, credit unions, and other financial institutions would have to annually report customers' account transactions of $600 or more to the IRS. And it's not just cash transactions. Payroll deposits, checks that are deposited, and electronic transactions would be included as well.
I mean, isn't that going to be most everybody?
Actually, yeah, it would be.
Basically, that's it. You're looking at anything, any kind of a deposit that's over that amount. I mean, that could be just anybody's normal payroll deposits. It's just, to me, it just seems like it's a real big instance of government overreach.
This move is a way to recover the estimated $600 billion per year in unpaid taxes, largely owed by wealthy people and businesses.
I figure that the only way they should be in your account is if you're an established business and you have it set up where they come a certain amount a day to take the taxes out.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the change does not allow for unrestricted access to bank accounts or detailed transaction level data, clarifying that it would generate a report examining each transaction.
People we spoke with Thursday said whether it's detailed information they get on every transaction or simply a generated report, it still feels like an invasion of privacy.
It is personal information. That's why we file taxes too. You know, they should not have access to all that stuff and just, you know, willy-nilly take money from people that they think shouldn't have it.
Brown, Winnebago, and Outagamie counties have all achieved vaccination rates of over 50%, according to Wisconsin's Department of Health Services data. But on a closer scale, there are significant differences in vaccination rates within each county.
And a variety of barriers that we just need to keep breaking down.
DHS breaks down vaccination rates by census tracts, a small statistical subdivision. Areas in the lighter blue show a lower percentage of people vaccinated in that area, while the darker blue shows a higher percentage. Dr. Ashok Rai with Prevea Health says one reason for the variation in vaccination rates could be because of socioeconomic differences.
When you start talking about our lower socioeconomic groups within Brown County per se, many still have not established a healthcare provider for a variety of reasons.
Another major reason for variation in vaccination rates within counties is age, according to Dr. Rai.
You look to the older age groups, those that are more susceptible to really bad outcomes with COVID-19, really good vaccination rates. It's that 18 to 45 range where due to a lot of misinformation that we have not been able to educate well enough to get that population into the 70s and 80s.
It's a problem Bellin Health is also taking note of.
We continue to look at that same data.
To help boost vaccine rates in younger people, Bellin is trying to make the vaccine more accessible to them.
The 18-year-olds are able to come on in without a parent. The younger group, we really need to look at times and dates for parents. So one of the things that we've done here at our community site is we do have evening hours.